Yo, welcome back to the Nerds with Glasses podcast. I am your host, Knowledge.
And I'm Javi. What's up, guys? This coming week is going to be really awesome. A lot of games I'm excited to play.
Yeah, there's a lot of games coming out this week. There's Infamous First Light, which we're going to play for sure. Metro Redux. What else?
The Last of Us. The Walking Dead, another zombie game.
Yeah, the last episode of maybe that's why you said it.
the last episode.
Yeah, the last episode of season 2 of Walking Dead, which everybody's really pumped up about.
The last season was really intense.
And Madden 15.
Oh, Madden 15, yeah.
Madden 15. But we'll talk about those later. There's a lot of news that happened this past week that we want to get into, and I know the number one story that everybody's talking about right now is that PSN is down. Got attacked. They got
destroyed. They got a nuclear bomb in the servers.
So they got DDoS'd, and the network, not the whole network was down, but like a lot of the store was down for a lot of people, and so it caused a frenzy. It reignited the console war. You know,
it would never happen on Xbox.
Yeah,
it would happen on Xbox.
I know that's I don't. Guys, give it up, dude. Just give up the console war.
Just buy both already.
Yeah, you can't blame either fucking Sony or Microsoft for that.
Like, this is something that's completely, you can't be like, Sony sucks. I mean, maybe they don't have as a strong a server or whatever, but still, the same exact thing could happen and probably will happen eventually to the Xbox.
But it hasn't. Which is that's the main argument.
Say we haven't been DDoS'd.
Now, if you guys are wondering, this is different from what happened last time. Last time the servers were actually hacked and personal information of millions of users was taken.
Yeah, credit information, just information, anything you had there was possibly taken out and extracted by someone.
Yeah. And I mean, as far as we know, nothing was done with that information. Like I haven't heard stories of people.
There's probably like 2 people in the whole thing that actually got affected, and probably wasn't even that big enough.
Yeah, and if anything, when the network came back up, I remember they gave everybody like a free game. But I mean, it was a big deal. I mean, it is like, dude, what the fuck? Like my personal information.
Yeah, like you're trusting this. It's just like with any site, you're trusting this company, this game for the most part company to like take care of your information. But it's just a really scary thought where you're like, oh, I have my fucking PayPal on there. Like someone could have just taken that information and I would have no more money in my PayPal.
You know what I wonder though. So a big argument at the time was Microsoft, you pay for Xbox Live, so that's why they have better security and everything, which is the argument with that's why PlayStation Plus has come around. But I don't know how much difference that really makes to them. I don't know how much they invest into security. All I know is what happened right now had nothing to do with security, had everything to do with just DDoSing, just denial of service, just trying to overload the server.
Right.
And somebody's taking credit for it already. I think they're called the Lizard Team or something like that. Nobody really knows. Just the name. People don't think that it's them.
Yeah, it's like one of those things like, just by the name of something, like if someone takes credit for something like this, like an attack, but if they come out with a name, it's just like, just by hearing some names, you're just like, I highly doubt that is true. You know,
like the first time you ever heard the name Anonymous, you're like, bro, like, oh, wow, like it just sounded so good, you know, like
I don't even know what they did, but anything they do, that is taken under their credit, I believe.
Yeah, they're like this fucking Illuminati. Like everybody talks about now because it's like every time something happens, like anonymous.
Illuminati.
Yeah, like same thing.
Everything in the real world is like Illuminati.
Yeah.
Like anything in the digital world is like
anonymous. Yeah, they did it. Just like every time a terrorist attack happens, it's like Osama bin Laden. He's been dead for 5 years.
He still did.
No. He did. He planned it 5 years ago.
This is all part of his ultimate.
Yeah. All these conspiracy theories. The craziest conspiracy theory, which I don't even have to tell you. Can you guess what everybody's saying of who did this to Sony?
Anonymous.
No.
Oh, Xbox,
Microsoft,
The Xbox fanboys. I was like, I thought you meant like a group, but yes.
No,
the Xbox fanboys attacked.
No. People are saying Microsoft fucking did it.
I mean, I can imagine fanboys like us doing it, like trying to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I mean, their numbers are lower, but I mean, I don't see why they would want to do that. One, because it would be because one of the first things people will think is that they did it. You know what I mean? Like even we know they don't do it, but in the back of our heads, like Microsoft probably could do this. Like they would do this. Like this would. I mean, not necessarily a smart play.
Yeah.
This would be like really underhand, but they could do it if they wanted to.
I would say this is the only reason I say they wouldn't do it. I think in a cutthroat world, which we live in, they would do it if they could get away with it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think they can get away with it.
I know. There's no way Anonymous would let them get away with it. Yes. No, and I'm dead serious about that.
Like
in the sense that, like, honestly, like, I remember there is that case. Remember that there's that YouTube video that girl made that she committed suicide, and she was being cyberbullied. Right, okay. So this girl was I forgot her name. I'm so sorry I forgot her name, but it was a big story about 2 or 3 years ago. This girl was being cyberbullied, and like she was seduced. She was like 13. She was seduced by some older man, and he had nudes of her and all this stuff. And she was being picked on at school. She ended up committing suicide. Right, the cops could not fucking find this guy for the life of them. They had like fucking FBI on it or something like that. It took literally Anonymous. It took them about an hour, and they released the guy's address to the net. Like with an hour, and within an hour, they found the guy, and like just released it onto the internet. And it was just the craziest thing because like you had the fucking FBI or whatever. It was in Canada, I believe. So it was like whatever the equivalent of the FBI is to them, you know, like. And like they couldn't find this guy, and this Anonymous within an hour from a computer found this guy.
Yeah, I mean that's the power. Like I love 4chan, right? Like if you want to find something, you send it there, and they'll find it for you. Pretty much, like stuff like that is just. I mean the people have like I guess it's because they're not regulated. Like, you know what I mean? They don't have to worry about any of these things. Well, they do, but it's a little bit easier for them to like. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, they don't have any like jurisdiction. They don't all this type of stuff. Who knows? But I don't think Microsoft that would be the dumbest. Yeah. If they did it, it'd be the dumbest thing because they're gonna get like nobody gets away with anything. Well, I guess that's not true. People get away with shit. But it just seems like when it's something this big, like you don't get away with it, you know. Like
you have to be like part of the government for you not to get away with it.
Yeah, you have to be like Obama's #1 advisor or something like that, and just setting it up in the background. Maybe Obama did it.
Obama's like, you know what? I'm tired.
All these kids need to stop playing video games.
Why he would have attacked both?
Yeah, that's true.
He's biding his time. He's waiting for all the people to start buying Xboxes now. Yeah. And then he's gonna do it. He's like, waste your money, and then no one's gonna trust the video games no more.
Yeah.
But
big story. I'm excitedly I want to see like who really did it. We'll find out, I guess, in the future. But I don't think it should be that big of a deal. The network they're gonna shut down the network today for maintenance. Anyway, they had announced before, so I think they just ended up shutting it down early. And I don't know, maybe they strengthened their
thing a little bit. Maybe they're gonna be using because I mean they're getting a lot of PS Plus. Like people are starting to get that. I mean, I think their games are requiring it now, right? Like, or at least, I mean, for the store, at least you're required and stuff.
For the story? Oh, for the store.
Store. Like,
yeah.
Like, especially, like, I mean, most people are buying it mostly for the free games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe, because, you know, Xbox from the beginning had the paid, Xbox from the beginning had the paid membership. Or at least from Xbox 360, they had, you know.
No, they did. They always did.
So, it's like, you know, they were starting paying. Maybe that helped, you know, the money flow helped them build because their servers, or at least their online, definitely felt a lot better than PlayStation's free online.
Oh, dude, like that's not even.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. So maybe now with the money, they'll start like building the infrastructure they need to be.
Yeah,
because I already think I haven't played much of their PS Plus, but I think it is already a big difference from their free.
Oh, dude, by far, like. Here's a tangent. All right, we're done with that subject. Just really quick tangent about the console wars. You can argue a lot of things, guys, but to me, facts are that Xbox Live is better than PlayStation in the last generation. Like, as far as like online gaming, like there's no. I don't think that's gonna be argued. I don't want to hear that it costs money for Xbox Live. It costs money because it's better. Like it was by far better than the PlayStation Network.
I mean,
like,
granted, people didn't really care when they were playing it. I mean, casual people didn't care. They were playing online for free, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't care, but
I mean, I understand, like, dude, whatever, $7. It used to be, now it's 10. It used to be like $7
now it's
a
a
month.
little bit too much.
Now it's like $10. But even then, like, it's just like, come on, man. It's like the connection was always better. The fact that you can party chat with people across games, all that, like the whole infrastructure was better.
The only thing I hated about it was the whole fact that you had to have live for like all the apps. Like, why do I need live to be using all this other stuff when I'm already connected to the internet?
Yeah,
that I didn't like, because some people didn't use the Xbox to play online.
Yeah,
but they had to get the membership to use any other.
I didn't mind that because like I'm not gonna use my Xbox for Netflix,
that's true.
But that's just me. I understand other people who didn't. I don't understand people who would buy like a PlayStation just as a Blu-ray player. I guess in the beginning it made more sense because
now,
like now it doesn't make sense in the beginning because it was Blu-ray players were more expensive.
$1,000 was and then this was like what, $500 when it came out.
Yeah, so I mean, and it was probably the best quality Blu-ray player you could get too. But yeah, like I would never buy my Xbox just to watch Netflix or Hulu or whatever. And that's what some people actually do, buy it just for that, which I know, I guess, well, at least they changed it now where Xbox Live, you can watch that stuff without live. But I don't know, it's something that never bothered me.
It's just one of those things that bothered me because, I mean, I would have Xbox Live, but for some reason, I wouldn't be able to pay for it anymore. I didn't want to pay for it. I wasn't playing online games for a while.
Yeah.
Especially during school, I wouldn't pay for Xbox Live, so I don't play online. But I would want to watch movies, and I would damn it, should I buy Xbox Live? And then I buy Xbox Live and I don't even play the movies because I'm too busy playing the game.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. But
well, there you go. That's exactly what they wanted. Mission accomplished. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't think it can be argued that Xbox Live, if Xbox Live was better than PlayStation Network in the last generation, this generation, PlayStation is not better, but I mean it's better than it was. I'm not saying it's better than Xbox Live.
They definitely had a jump when they were giving out the free games first before Xbox was. They were just throwing out like, here.
Yeah, and then and Xbox just copied them because that's a smart idea.
Yeah, I mean I don't know how money wise it is, but I'm sure it actually evens out.
Yeah, I mean because all the games they release is like games that are either underrated, that they want people to know and then maybe buy more stuff in, or games that are already made their money.
Yeah, like Halo 3 came out free a while
Assassin's
back.
Creed Part 2 is like that game already sold. It already made
its money.
Yeah, it already made like $50 billion in profit. Now just give them out for free, So yeah, the next story that you saw was about Fez.
Phil Fish, the creator of going along with this like hacker thing, was recently on Twitter saying that he was probably gonna sell his company.
Yeah,
he's throwing his company up for sale because he got hacked.
Yeah,
and they were giving out personal information and stuff like this. So it was just like people I mean, he is kind of a jerk. He's kind of a dick and whatever.
And he's super emotional.
Yeah, he is super emotional, which kind of sucks being like throwing himself out in the public figure so much. You know what I mean? But not being able to take any of the criticism is like, you really have to be able to take it or else you're going to get eaten alive by everyone. Because everyone gets hate. Absolutely everyone gets hate. And it's one of those things like, if you're not ready to handle it, don't be the forefront. Like, don't be the fourth.
Yeah, in the forefront. Yeah, in the forefront.
Don't be the hype man. It's just like, you need to put someone that will be able to take all that.
That has these have a thick skin. Yeah,
exactly. Because or else, like, it's just like, I mean, putting up your company, something from the movie, he looked like he put a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
He was doing all that. The movie was showing how intense he was about this game. The indie game movie, if you haven't seen it, it's a documentary about three indie game companies, which is like 1-2 people.
Yeah.
And their struggle to make their games.
Really good, guys. Like, worth the watch, honestly.
Team Meat all the way. Let's go. They're actually coming out with a new game, but anyways.
But yeah, so this guy, the creator of an indie game called Fez, which is good and successful. Yeah. He got hacked, so now he wants to.
He wants to.
I just think it's an emotional reaction.
Yeah, like, I hope. I mean, the first game was a little bit of a it wasn't. A lot of people didn't think it was as great as everyone was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
But it was definitely an interesting game, very, I guess, innovative game or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, you really saw that this guy worked really hard to do it.
Yeah, he definitely has like the grind mentality, but his ego is probably the size of like the sun.
Maybe like 3 suns combined.
Yeah, he has a big ego,
and it explodes like a sun.
Yeah, and you cannot say not one thing about this guy, and he'll flip the fuck out. Wasn't he threatening to kill somebody? Like,
I think I heard something like
that.
I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, this definitely seems like an emotional reaction. But I mean, if he does sell it, I mean, that's it. It's not gonna be his anymore.
I wonder how much you could get for it anyway. I mean, I'm sure there's some value there.
Yeah, there's definitely value. I mean, I remember a while back I thought he was done. Like, I thought he was already done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now, like, it's just like he's even like, it seemed, I think in one of his Twitter posts, he even like is discouraging people from being a developer.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't think, I mean, other companies have been doing fine. You know what I mean? Like, the game developers have been doing fine since the beginning. I mean, obviously this guy has a problem with opinions and stuff, or at least can't take, maybe it was too much opinions at once, you know, because he was throwing himself so forward, so into the forefront. I was just like, he didn't expect so much. It could be one of those things, but I don't think he deserved getting hacked, but at the same time, he shouldn't react the way he does.
No, yeah, I don't know. No, he didn't deserve to get hacked. But yeah, like I said, his ego's the size of the sun, and like any little thing, he's just like it hurts him deeply, you know. And you just
and which is kind of good. Like I don't mind. I mean, well, it depends on how the person takes it. Some people like it's good for them to be like taking all not criticism like in a hard way, but you know, take criticism and look at it, but not like how he does and takes criticism and like kind of blows up. But
I mean, and it's funny because we experienced that on a way smaller scale than he does, but we experience it on our channel. Like I get at least 20 messages a day about like you're retarded, you're stupid, your video sucks, why are the subtitles there, it's the worst gameplay I've ever seen, your editing is terrible, you need to go to school to learn how to edit. Like I get it like daily, and it's like I said, minuscule scale compared to what he gets.
There's nowhere.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I mean, we're getting more and more of that the bigger we get, and so I can understand where, because it does, like, I'm not gonna say it hurts, but it's kind of like you look at it and you're like, fuck, like somebody doesn't like it, you know, like but I don't know. I think we've learned just so far. I mean, if we start getting more, it's obviously it might be harder to just brush off.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's always just like if somebody tells me like, dude, your editing is terrible, you suck. I'll tell them, well, you don't like it, but other people do.
Right.
You know, everybody has their own opinion. So take your opinion.
Right.
And,
Exactly. And it's one of those things like sometimes we get criticism, but as long as like it's okay if it's constructive, but like a lot of people are just like, this is stupid. Like, but some people are like, this is stupid, and here are 20 points on why it's stupid.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Yeah, I like that just because I always try to take people's feedback to get better. But you know, like I said, we're on such a smaller scale. I can't really imagine like having 20,000 people on Twitter just telling you you're an idiot. You know, like
it is the worst ever. Like it's about a hat when you're stupid. You know? Like, I can't even imagine like the hate he would have gotten from that game.
No, I know it's insane. So Nintendo, Ubisoft.
Yeah, Ubisoft and Nintendo.
Yeah,
I guess together. They're the companies, yes.
This kind of sucks, this story. So Ubisoft said that after Watch Dogs is going to be the last mature game that they're going to do for Nintendo. And I think that's another big blow. Like, because they're one of the ones in the beginning when the Wii U, like before it came out, they're like fully on board with Nintendo. They're going to support them 110%.
Right.
And now they say this, so I think obviously that means Ubisoft has quit on Nintendo, basically.
I mean, I don't want to say they quit just because it's Nintendo. I want to have hope for them, but I mean, the PS3, the Xbox, and the PC all kind of share games with Ubisoft. Like they all share, you know, the major. And the Wii has also for the most part been sharing like the 4 games, and them saying that they don't want to make any more mature games It's just like, so they're not obviously they're not selling well on the Wii. So it's just like, what are they gonna do now? Are they just gonna be doing like, what is it?
They have a bunch of kids games.
Yeah, and that's cool.
That you don't know, like we don't know about because we don't give a shit. Like,
right. And I guess that's the problem too, because we have a Wii U, but we have like 2 games for it, and there's only like 3 games we're actually looking forward to.
There's no games, dude. I mean,
but that's the thing. We wouldn't buy. I mean, it sucks because we wouldn't buy. Far Cry 3 is Ubisoft.
Yeah.
We wouldn't buy Far Cry 3 for the Wii U. We would buy it for the Xbox One or PS.
Or just, I mean, not even Ubisoft. I mean, I wouldn't buy Mass Effect 3 for the Wii U, which is on there. I wouldn't buy Arkham City on there. And the funniest thing is they actually have the best versions of those games.
Really?
Because the Wii U graphics are actually better than the PS3 and Xbox 360. It has a stronger system. Mm-hmm. But like, it's one of those things. It's just like, I don't buy a Wii U to play Mass Effect or Batman Arkham City or Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's why you have the Xbox and PS3.
Yeah, it's even we've discussed this before. Cross-platform games like that were traditionally like PlayStation games, like Kingdom Hearts. I'm gonna play it on the PlayStation 4 because I'm used to playing Kingdom Hearts on a PlayStation.
I actually think I'm gonna be one of those people that actually switches when it comes out, at least. Switch it over. Just because I have that, I don't have a PS3 to be honest. That's the main reason.
Yeah.
But that is true. Like, you do want to play these games on the original system that came on for the most part.
I mean, it's not like that you want to. It's just kind of like that's just what's in your head.
Like, I wouldn't, if Brawl or Melee came out for the Xbox 360 and PS3, I wouldn't touch it. Like
that, you would play on the Nintendo
buy it just to have all versions of Super Smash Brothers, but I'd probably still be playing my Wii version, my GameCube version.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's kind of like it's just attached to it. So when I think of Wii U, I don't think of mature games, but that's Nintendo's fault. That's not Ubisoft's fault.
Right.
Ubisoft was 100% behind Nintendo, and Nintendo did very little to try to push more mature games on their console when they can now have like really good graphics. Not as good as the Xbox One and PS4, but you got to remember the Wii U came out a whole year before those two came out, so it had a whole year where it could really build up a fan base for mature games.
Right.
And they didn't do it.
Is, I mean, I would love to have bought the Wii U and have bought these games, but I didn't. So it's like I don't want to start now.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they definitely. I'm very curious what they can do to like kind of like win back. Maybe have these companies make separate IPs. Give them give these companies like a chance to do something else. Because I mean, they're not going to be making more companies are going to start not making their games for the Wii U anymore. Then.
But we've seen so many failures with that now. It's just I don't know if it's going to happen. I mean, they would just need to have one of the best IPs of this generation, because they did that with No More Heroes, exclusive to the Wii, and then it sold almost dirt cheap. They didn't sell shit. They sold a little bit for the first one. They probably sold, I think, 500,000, just off the top of my head, around that number, copies, which is decent or whatever. They did No More Heroes 2, and they only sold about 30,000 copies. Like, literally only like 30,000. So if you're out there and you have that game, you're one of 30,000 people on this planet. And it was just one of those things where the company has to be like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we just spent millions of dollars making this game.
Yeah, and it was a good game. I liked it.
It was a good game. That's what it's one of the top 10 best games on the Wii, as per our list. But they would really need to make just an insane IP that people will buy the console just to play that IP. Yeah,
because Nintendo's very lucky to have the IPs they already have.
Yeah, I mean,
like if they can acquire like Mega Man, that would be awesome. Like something like that. Like I mean, many people love Mega Man and would love to see more, so it would be really cool. Like I think they like you had the idea a while back for a 3D Pokemon game on the Wii U. They need to make that.
That's easy money, dude.
That's easy.
They might sell 1 million copies just off of me. Like, I might buy it just like I'm like you. Like, if I support something, I will literally buy the game in 3 different consoles because I love the game so much. Like, you know, I would buy I would buy the red, blue, yellow, like gold, silver, platinum, or whatever they had.
Just buy them all. Yeah, they really need to they need to definitely do something to like not fall behind so much. They already are behind by a lot.
Both the Xbox One and the PS4 have already outsold the Wii U, and the Wii U had a 1 year start, which is pretty sad.
Yeah, I mean, especially with how the Wii just started out, such a monster out of the gate. Like, it was running laps around PS3 and Xbox 360 for a while.
Dude, they were fucking. They destroyed them as far as sales.
Sales. Yeah,
sales
that's
wise,
all I mean.
yeah, I know, and they really did. And that's the argument with casual and more hardcore gamers. We have this argument about like shooters all the time, but on a grander scale, the casual versus hardcore, I think you should always go with your hardcore gamers. They're the ones who are going to carry you through the rough times. Casual people will jump on when there's a trend, and that's all that the Wii was. It just became like the trendy thing. It was cheap. It was a good console too, don't get me wrong. It had a lot of good games and stuff like Wii Sports. It's like not even really a game, it's just a tech demo, but it's fun.
Yeah. I think like that's the main thing. Like, I mean, it kind of sucks that they always market it like that, but it is just a party machine. Like,
yeah, I mean,
what it is. Mario Party, Super Smash Brothers Brawl, Mario Kart. Best party games of all time.
Yeah, and everybody can play them because they're easy to play, they're fun, but like at the end of the day, Wii was just a trend. It became a huge trend, bigger than they ever imagined, but it was just a trend, and that's why it sold so many consoles. That's why it sold over 100 million consoles. But what ended up happening? They abandoned their hardcore gamers. Their hardcore set of gamers, they abandoned them. They did give them a couple of Mario games. They gave them a Zelda, but those games are so far in between. Like, it would take months before you got a game that you wanted to play.
Right.
And I always look at music as a direct comparison. Like pop music, there's a lot of pop stars that come out, they're a trend, and then they fade out.
And it's one of those things, like, I'm so confused how they do really well with their handhelds. Like, they're that's their market. Like,
yeah,
the DS has sold well since the fucking Game Boy SP. Like, it's been doing well before it came out. You know what I mean? But like, I guess they don't know how to because I guess for that they, like you said, they do keep their hardcore.
And I think it's just it's a different, I don't know, it's just hard to explain. It's a different medium, you know, because you don't when you want to sit down and play a console game. Like, I play in front of a monitor now, but most people play in front of their big screen TV,
right? And
they would love to see like Uncharted, some graphical, like, not only is it graphically beautiful, it's a good game in itself, but the graphics, you appreciate all the graphics. God of War, Halo, all these games that, like, that's what people want to see, you know. And when they spend $300-$400 on a console, now when you have a little handheld, you understand that it's you play. Some people play hardcore like you play hours on end.
Yeah,
I would play hours on end on my Game Boy when I used to have one back in the day. But most people would just play five games of Tetris and then put it away or something like that, you know. And like, it's a whole different it's a whole different medium. And like I said, they need to focus on their hardcore artists. That's back to the music comparison. The pop stars fade away, and then there's like artists who last forever, like the fucking Doors or the Beatles, and they were popular in their day too. But there's also like bands who weren't even that fucking popular back then, but they had a hardcore fan base,
and they're still going strong.
Yeah, and they're still going strong. That's why Mario is so strong, because it's such a good game, and all the hardcore gamers love it, and they just keep it alive. They keep it alive. So
more Mario. Even though some people are like, how can they play so much Mario? It's like, dude, it's Mario.
It's
like,
so
do you not understand?
I think the Wii U messed up. The number one messed up thing they did is they didn't release a Mario game like along with it, or a Zelda game, or a Metroid game, like one of their core games, you know. Like the Wii U was the only exception because it was a fucking trendy thing. The GameCube was not a success. I mean, people played it, but compared to the other consoles, if you looked at the trend, the Nintendo has been selling less and less consoles with each console that comes out. Like each console that comes out, they've been selling less and less, and then boom, the Wii sold more. That's like a aberration, they call it. Like it's just a outlier. Like it was just like a random home run. it's like when it went viral or something like that. But if you actually look at the history, like the Nintendo sold like 70 million consoles, the Super Nintendo sold like 50, the Nintendo 64 sold 40, GameCube sold 32. Like it's been going down, and then boom, the Wii hit 100 million, and now the Wii U has sold 6.8 million in 2 years. So it's and it's not gonna. I mean, it might get better when Smash Brothers comes out, but
I wonder how many people are gonna like choose just playing it on the DS over the.
Yeah, because people already have the DS.
The DS, that's true. Yeah, it's because it's cheaper. But I just like, if it's the same thing with this, like companies like Ubisoft doesn't want to put their game there. Like people might just want to prefer playing on the DS. Because one, especially if they don't change a lot, if they don't make the game as polished as it should be, that's what I'm worried about. Yeah. But if it isn't, it's just like I'm just gonna play on my DS. It's the same. Same thing. I'm gonna buy it for both, even though I don't have a Wii U. I'm gonna buy a Wii U.
I will get a Wii U just to play it.
But I know a lot of people probably will probably just prefer to buy the 3DS, see how the game is. Yeah. Because it's gonna be like $200 total to pay for the whole thing.
Yeah, if you don't have a DS already.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which most people do, because it sold like fucking 40 million, a 3DS. So I don't blame Ubisoft because I don't know the business behind it. I wish I did, because people might say, like, why don't they just put the game out there anyway? I mean, they already made the game. All they got to do is...
Yeah, I wonder how much it costs them to, like, I guess...
To port it over.
Yeah, because I'm sure I guess for the most part, they either make it on PC... Well, one of the three... They have to make it somewhere.
For sure, I know last gen, most of the games were built for the 360. And then from there, they're restructured...
To work on the other things.
Right. Why? Because most games sold more... On the 360. Just really quick about that console wars too, because people argue now, well, the PlayStation and the 360 sold just about the same amount of consoles, like, so they sold the same amount of games. No, that's not true, because a lot of people bought their PlayStations as a Blu-ray player.
The cheapest Blu-ray available at the market at the time when Blu-rays were getting popular.
Yeah, a lot of people bought them just for Blu-ray players and didn't even really buy games.
Yeah, it was basically your multimedia device.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of that's why the Xbox One wanted to do that, because they wanted to sell more consoles for people like that. But yeah, most games were built on the 360, and that's why this generation we're having a lot of fucking games that are being built. Now this generation, the games are being built for the PlayStation 4 and then kind of being ported over to the One. That's why the One is having so much trouble getting 1080p and like 60 frames per second. Not because the specs are better for the PS4. They are slightly better, but honestly, guys, they're like almost identical. Like they're not They're not really that much.
It's not like you have compared to a PC and the specs are completely different.
Yeah, like they almost have like the same fucking RAM, processor. Like it is better on the PS4, but not to the point where you can't get stuff to run at 1080p, 60 frames per second on the Xbox One. Which leads us into.
I was reading that I think it was Blizzard and Diablo, exactly. Diablo was saying that the reason their game was, I guess, kind of pushed and whatever, it was they wanted it at 1080p. The game originally wasn't meant, they didn't want it to. They thought it would look better or something. It was better on 900. Yeah. And apparently, it was this whole thing that, I guess maybe the wording was wrong, but everyone's saying that Xbox was forcing them to, like, putting them under ball and chain to.
But see, I don't understand, like. The article's on Eurogamer, right? And then, but this, like, dude, game journalism is so, like, biased. Because I don't understand. It's so biased. What does that mean that they forced them? Like, did they hold a gun to their head?
Yeah, like.
Did they say, we're not going to release your game on the Xbox One unless it's 1080p?
Right.
Like, did they offer them money? if they offer them money, then that's not forcing. You know, I don't understand.
Yeah, and then I guess Phil Spencer, caught wind of this and went to Twitter saying, no, we didn't force them. It wasn't like they can make the game they want. They asked, or I mean, I don't know how, but they asked if, wouldn't it be better? Couldn't we make it up to that?
Yeah.
Up to that bar, Because the games, they do look better in 1080p for the most part, especially with people having HD TVs.
Yeah.
They have those 1080 options, and it does look a little bit weird playing, like, the 900 compared to, like, the 1080.
Yeah.
Not a huge difference, but when you see the comparison, it's, like, a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's really not that huge of a difference. Like, you on, like, the best looking game of this generation so far, in my opinion, is Rise.
Rise of
Xbox One.
Son of Rome.
Son of Rome. And that one runs at 900p.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I didn't hear anybody say, like, oh man, that 900p, boy, like, I need that 1080p.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just like the people that say, like, oh, like, for some games I can understand, but, I need that 60 frames.
Yeah.
For everything in the game.
I need 60 frames.
For some games, for some games it's a lot better. For some games, the games just look a little bit off.
That whole 1080p thing is just like I'm sure Microsoft told them, like, can you make it 1080p?
Yeah.
Do you blame them for that? Like,
no, I bet you they asked Rise if they can do 1080p.
Yeah.
But because it was a launch title, they couldn't, they couldn't, like, not necessarily force them, but, like, be like more, can you do this? Like, they probably didn't even ask if they could do it. Just like, just get the game out. Like,
just please
just get the game out. We need a game at launch.
Yeah, even though that game was not that good, but I mean, at least it looked good.
I think that's the whole thing. That game was like, I guess kind of like what the Wii Sports was a tech demo for their specs. So, so you can see how nice a game will look.
Yeah, they're like, this is the best game. Dude, the game looked fucking nice. Like,
it
looked really good. No lie. Like I said, best game of this generation as far as graphics on consoles. Gameplay wise, it was probably like the best of like the PS1 or something like
just
that.
A little bit above Last of Us.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Don't bring that argument up again. But yeah, I don't understand how they forced them. Did they send a mafia crew over to Blizzard?
Did they hold the game? Like, see, this is just a figurative, but this is what happens to your game if you don't put it at 1080.
Yeah.
They just drop it into like a pit of lava.
I didn't know Microsoft could just punk people like that. Jesus.
Especially Blizzard. I highly doubt they would be able to.
No fucking way. You ain't gonna tell Blizzard what to do. They're a fucking money making machine. Like, they make more money off people buying skins on World of Warcraft than whole companies make on AAA games.
You're making your game 480? It's okay,
Blizzard. Yeah, exactly. The fuck? You think Microsoft could tell Blizzard what to do?
I highly doubt it.
The fuck? You guys obviously don't. If you really think Microsoft can tell Blizzard what to do, then you don't know what the fuck Blizzard has done. They're probably the biggest developing company on Earth.
Right. Like, I mean, and just one game alone is just like.
Yeah, it's like they're like the size of Bungie times like 8 other franchises.
Oh, you have Halo?
Yeah.
We have World of Warcraft. And
we have StarCraft. We have fucking.
Just little games. Nothing
the
compared
Diablo.
to Halo.
Yeah.
Nothing compared to Halo. No,
come on, man. Like, I don't want to hear that shit anymore about Microsoft forcing people to do anything.
I guess it was just like, kind of like people were like, with the PSN down, they had nothing to do.
Yeah. Let's bash on Microsoft. That way we can even out the news this week, right? But yeah, so this week there's a bunch of games coming out like we mentioned earlier. Madden 15 got good reviews so far. I am pretty surprised because the last couple of Maddens have been getting worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
Apparently this one's better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
still not gonna play it though.
I enjoy playing it. Like I enjoy going to my friend's house. He loves sports games and playing it. It's fun to play.
Yeah.
But definitely not a game I like going out and purchasing and playing solo. But I mean, it's great that it's doing well. I mean, as much as I don't necessarily like these sports games because they don't change that much, similar to other games too. But it's nice to see that they're actually kind of like helping. I guess their fans are really behind them, which is always nice to see fans supporting the game.
Well, the thing is, Madden not only has been getting worse and worse, they've been selling less and less every year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they had to do something because the the wave of criticism that they've been getting in the last couple of years has been really bad. Like, so it is. They're not doing good.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just weird because these people that I know that play these games buy them every year. And don't necessarily say they're the best Madden ever, but they play it like it's the best Madden ever.
Yeah, like they play the whole year until the same cycle that Call of Duty people are caught
exactly.
in. Like they'll hate the game, they'll cry about it all year on Twitter,
but still,
and then they're still fucking like, God, I hate this game.
And then the next tweet is like, I am a god at this game.
Yeah, it's just like, if you don't like it, don't play it then. Like,
well, it's one of those things. They obviously do like it. It's just that there's so many things that bug them about it.
Yeah. I don't know, but with the Madden, it's been getting worse and worse. So it's nice to see that it actually got some pretty good reviews. Who knows? Maybe they bought the reviews. Yeah, I don't know, but like I don't think so. They've been getting, and it's funny because I remember like 07, 08, where people were arguing whether they should make the day Madden releases a national holiday or not, because like so many people were like everybody would get it. And like it felt back then like it would always be that way. Like
everyone was on vacation.
It felt like everybody would buy it and everybody would play it. Yeah.
No one's going to school. Teachers weren't at school.
That's how fast like fucking dynasties can fall. Because now it's kind of like the hardcore Madden fans still buy it. But a casual fan like me, who I like playing the football games, like every now and again.
It's the same thing. I like playing all the sports games, but not as much. As it's not as big of an impact into my life. Like I remember before, even though I didn't play them that much, it was just like everyone was just talking about, especially at school. Everyone was talking about the new Madden. Yeah. Everyone. Like it was like, calm down.
Yeah. Nobody cares anymore. Well, maybe this won't bring it back, so we'll see. Also coming out tomorrow, Infamous First Light, which is the first DLC. Standalone DLC. I love standalone DLC because I hate having to have the game to play it. I wonder how much more it's going to cost. We're going to definitely get it. And, well, I'm pretty sure it's a story DLC. I'm not 100%. I think it is.
It should be.
It should be.
I don't remember now.
Yeah, we'll do a game movie on it for tomorrow. I don't know. We're doing it because it's part of the channel, but Infamous was okay. Like the new one,
it's not like it's not a great game by any means, but it's definitely a fun game. I enjoy it.
Infamous Part 1 was really good. Part 2 was really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this last one was kind of like, eh.
Okay, and that's the only one I haven't played. Like the other two, I played a little bit. I played Infamous 1, played a little bit of 2. Haven't touched. I just didn't touch the other one at all.
Yeah, it's okay. Hopefully, I mean, it had some great ideas to it. It had some cool graphics. It had some great graphics.
Yeah, I like the way the colors, the stream. I love that shit, like that neon colors and stuff.
Yeah.
I always love that. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, it looked beautiful, but like it was really it was short. That was one thing. I was just like, you pay $60 for a game and it's 6 hours long, and like
that replay value. It probably doesn't have.
And it doesn't have any replay value. You had the good karma, bad karma system, but it really didn't impact shit. Mostly just the ending, which the ending was different, but that was about it. Like it wasn't like everything was different.
Yeah, it always bugs me games like that where it's just like, even like Bioshock, it just like, actually Bioshock had multiple endings, but there's a lot of games that like have like just good and bad. It's just like.
It's just good and bad. It's just black and white. Yeah, there's no depth to it. It's
like
just,
even Star Wars has that. Actually, but Star Wars is a little bit different. You got to choose at the end, not really.
Which Star Wars?
The Force Unleashed.
Okay,
Part 2 at least.
Yeah.
There isn't really choices in game, but there's at the end. I don't mind if it's at the end because that way, I could play the end over. Yeah. But this, I would have to play the whole game over for not that big of a change. Yeah.
It is. It was it was. It was a decent game. It's worth having. It just wasn't. It wasn't a system seller.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead. I think.
Man, this game has been doing great.
Yeah,
the story so far is amazing.
Telltale Games have just been they're kind of like Pixar right now. Like they can't do wrong. I don't know when their Cars 2 is gonna come out.
I remember playing, what was it, Back to the Future, and I was like, oh great, is this gonna be their Cars 2?
Yeah.
No, it was good.
But I wouldn't even that was one of their first games, so it wouldn't even like they just been on a fucking legendary streak of fun games.
For their Tales of Borderlands.
Yeah.
Can't wait for any other games they
Game
come
of
out
Thrones.
Game of Thrones. That might be like a hit or miss.
Yeah.
That could be a hit or miss, but I doubt they're gonna mess that up.
I'm telling you, they're like fucking Pixar. They just can't do wrong until Cars 2. Their Cars 2 comes out.
I'm so glad Planes wasn't part of Pixar.
Yeah.
I would have been so disappointed.
God, I don't even want to talk about that. It hurts just to think about it. But really exciting. Definitely, you're gonna be playing it on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. The reason we're not doing it tomorrow is because we had already bought the whole game season pass on the 360 before we started recording on the PC.
Yeah.
Any future ones that come out, we'll be doing them on the PC just to have them as fast as possible. Mm-hmm. So that's why. And then we'll also put the whole season together so you can watch Javi's whole playthrough and all his stupid decisions that he made.
Oh my!
or like that's what people say in the comments, like. Why the fuck is so-and-so still alive? Why did you kill that son of a bitch?
Because it's my choice. You play the game too.
Yeah, you fucking play the game.
That's what's great about that game, though. You can replay it, and it's like you can choose a different mentality to play that. So,
yeah.
Like not many games you can go into it choosing a different mentality that affects the actual course of the game, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, even though the choices kind of like they are a little bit linear in certain situations, for the most part, it's like a different way of the game feels a little bit different.
Yeah, the whole tone changes depending on how. Yeah, even when the decisions that don't make a difference, like it's just
your mindset for the game. Is like I'm a badass or I'm this good girl or whatever it is.
Yeah, however you want to play it, and the thing I like about the Telltale games is that they always do have like 3 or 4 really important decisions each each fucking episode. Most games only have like 1, maybe 2.
Yeah.
So I don't know, we're really excited for that one for sure. We're releasing that one on Wednesday.
And then the big game, I guess you would say, is the Metro Redux.
Yeah, that I don't know how much this game, because I don't know, this game, like Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light were both really good games. And like if you ever wanted to place the underrated tag on like a game, I think Metro's right there, because they've had 2 good games in a series and really like no fanfare.
Yeah, I mean, I recently bought the complete edition, not the Redux. It was on sale on Steam, and if you buy it, you get a % discount on the Redux. But I'm like, so they're gonna remake it for the PC also? It's I found that kind of weird because
it's already you figured it was just the graphics that they. But see, they actually did change stuff.
That's why.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay.
Like offhand, just I was looking at reading some of the articles about it. Like they unified the control scheme for both, so that the control scheme is like both like Metro Last Light, the latest one. They also changed like some of the things that you can do. Like some of the things that you can do in Last Light you couldn't do in Metro 33. Right. So they added that to Metro 33.
Oh, okay. So they actually changed the game.
Yeah, they did. They changed things about the game, like not about the game, but just how you can play it. And also they did this really cool thing where I forgot what it's called, but you can play the game in 2 different styles. You can play it kind of run and gun, or you can play it stealth wise.
Oh, thank God.
Metro 33 doesn't have that option, but now it does.
That's awesome.
So, you guys can correct me on that. I was reading the IGN article about it, and I just thought that was cool that they added that, to it,
Not just add fucking photo mode.
Or photo mode.
Or did they add anything for the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition? No, right?
Oh my god! Like the Definitive Edition of Tomb Raider is the most embarrassing fucking package you ever gonna get, because for $60, and it was $60. I paid $60 for it. Don't get me wrong, the game is good.
Yeah.
But
if you don't have it, go ahead and buy it. But
like. All you're getting in fucking Tomb Raider Definitive Edition is like a different face, because her face was different. Honestly, it was different, and her hair like fucking moves with the wind now. Like, like dude, like no, it wasn't. They didn't change shit. You got all the DLC, But all the DLC is fucking lame ass guns and skins for
Aren't they multiplayer?
For lame ass multiplayer on Tomb Raider. Now, if they had a story DLC, that would be worth it.
And I think they, at least for the one I bought, well, it was on PC, so it's completely different, but mine had a small story DLC, but it wasn't that long.
I don't think so. I don't remember there being a story DLC for Tomb Raider. They might have had like extra tombs to raid.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, which is, I mean, and the tombs are a lot of fun in Tomb Raider. It's a good game. It's just like no, and she's so sexy too. She's so hot.
It was just a really disappointing package.
Yeah, like that's the main thing about these remasters is that like if they actually change some stuff, it'd be a lot more worth it.
Like actually make it like worth the purchase for next gen.
Yeah, and then also like Metro Redux, the cool thing is that it's gonna be $50, not $60, and you're getting 2 full games in one, which is awesome.
Instead of DLC.
Instead of like a game in DLC, like even The Last of Us was a good package because you got the DLC. They did add like director's commentary. Like it was a good package overall.
And it also brought about the Last of Us Live. Like, I don't think if it wouldn't have been remastered, I don't think they would have done that.
Yeah, The Last of Us Live was awesome. But like I think so far out of all like the remastered quote unquote stuff, by far the Redux seems like the best package as far as like price and what you get, and that they actually changed stuff to
DuckTales.
it. DuckTales remastered.
I'm sorry. Was it? Yes, DuckTales.
DuckTales remastered. Back in the day, that's old school. Yeah, well, the new game, but like that's an old school ass game.
That's a game that I'm glad was remastered.
But anyways, guys, we're gonna be playing these games all week. Javi Javi's gonna be hard at work.
Getting on the grind.
Gonna be grinding this week. Javi Javi is your last week.
Yeah.
Working at GOP. You'll be coming back for the podcast, though, right?
Probably. Yeah, most likely. Unless
what? It's just a yes or no.
Unless I'm extremely busy doing nothing at home.
Okay.
I won't.
That nothing can consume your
that
time.
Nothing can consume my time. But unless I have like a test on the day the podcast is, which shouldn't happen, I will be here.
Yeah. All right. That's awesome to hear. We'll see you guys next week. Look out for all these game movies this week. And oh man, the crazy season is coming. Destiny is only 2 weeks away. And after that, it's a flood. I'm going to just name off a few. Middle Order, Shadow of Mordor, Alien Isolation, Sunset Overdrive, Forza Horizon 2, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Halo Master Chief Collection.
You're going to need to hire people. Like
Dragon Age Inquisition. Yes, it's happening.
I feel bad for the person that's taking my they're going to take my place because they're going to be by themselves with you playing all these games, which is a good thing, but people don't realize that like
GOP offices is awesome.
It is awesome.
We have air conditioner, we have all the consoles, and we have
unlimited soda, pretty much.
And we have unlimited sugar to stay awake and play these games. So this is awesome. GOP offices. Send in your applications. Imagine
none of the ones we get.
Yeah. All right, we've been rambling on, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
That's what they come for. Peace.